everyone, this is Emily Leiphart from Art from the Heart. Welcome to another video for my Too Many Cards video series with Kaylin Kepner. Gerda Steiner Designs is our generous sponsor, and we're featuring the adorable On the Bookshelf stamp set and coordinating dies. I love that these dies come separated and on their own magnetic sheet. This means you don't have to snip them apart, and if you're clumsy like me, you won't cut yourself on the sharp edges of the tabs after separating the dies. That's always a bonus for me. If you love cats, books, and plants, or all of the above, then you're in luck. This set has it all. I love the enclosed shelf, which houses all of the items in this set, and you can flip the shelf around and make a desk, or even use the shelf to create a frame, as you'll see me do in this video. I have two square watercolor panels. These are 4 1/4 inches by 4 1/4 inches, so they'll fit in a standard A2 envelope. My first card is going to be a clean and simple one-layer card, and I'm going to stamp the bookshelf as a desk. I'm stamping all of the images with archival ink for watercoloring. I love the dark, crisp edges of this ink, and it's my go-to ink for watercoloring when I don't want to heat emboss my images. Next, I stamp a stack of books on the left, then the little cactus in a pot, the bookish kitty, the photo frame, and finally the sentiment. Now I'll set this first panel aside and die cut the second panel. This time I'm using the bookshelf die to create a frame which I'll turn into a shaker. I place a scrap piece of paper under the panel before stamping. Since I'll be stamping close to the edges of this panel, I need to protect the foam from ink transfer. After stamping the big stack of books and adding the sleeping kitty on top, I set the second panel aside and trim out a mask of that same kitty. I'll use that later when I stamp the repetitive sentiment around the kitty. I'm coloring both panels with the same colors. I didn't end up using the yellows you see on the screen, and later I add a couple of other colors. This often happens in my coloring process. I'm also going to speed through this 12 times, and you can see the images come to life. After all the coloring is done, I'm going to stamp the sentiment. I place the mask over the kitty to protect the colored image from the stamping. I use coordinating distress inks to first, second, and third generation stamp. Where I want only second or third generation stamping, I stamp off on a scrap piece of paper before continuing. After the stamping is done, I remove the masking paper, and you can see how I wanted the words to appear like they were floating around the kitty, willing him to relax in a dream state. Now I'm going to finish the first card by sponging an anchor and creating a glow under the desk. I'm using a combination of shabby shutters and evergreen bough. Then I splatter some water using the nozzle of my mini mister. On the second card, I used tattered rose to sponge around the inside square surrounding the scene. I've cut 2 craft card bases, and I'm going to attach the panels using 1/2-inch score tape. The first panel can be attached directly. Since I'm creating a shaker with the second card, first I need to attach a piece of acetate with 1/4-inch score tape. Then I build up the walls that will house the sequins. I do this by cutting foam tape to fit the sides. I chose gems and sequins that would match the distress colors I used to watercolor the images and stamp the repeating sentiment. After removing the backing from the foam tape, I attach another square white panel to the back to close the shaker. Then I can attach the shaker panel to the card base. Now both cards are done. I use the same colors on both cards, but they're very different styles. The first one is clean, simple, and completely flat. The second is busier with more of an artistic look, and it includes a shaker element in the form of a border. Be sure to leave a comment here and on Kaylin's YouTube video for your chance to win a $15 gift certificate to the Gerda Steiner shop. Comments will close on November 27th, 2018, and the winner will be announced before our next Too Many Cards videos go live. We'll be taking a little break for U.S. Thanksgiving and returning in mid-December. Thanks so much for watching!